Welcome to the Good Fight Sports Podcast, your home for local sports here in the 574.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Fight Sports Podcast. My name is Nick Sherk. I am but a simple co-host of this episode, which is episode 10, joined by the host and creator and mastermind behind all things Good Fight Sports Podcast, the one and only Kenneth Devon Cramer the second.
Well, thank you, Nicholas.
Oh, that hurts. That really hurts. It's Lee
Sherk.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The one and only. I don't think you're a first or second or...
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to make sure I called you the official title.
No, I really appreciate it. I really do.
But okay, so we got to jump right in because we got a lot to cover here. We're going to start in high school sports here. So if you guys weren't aware before, I'll kind of give you a quick synopsis. So there's a few teams in Northern Indiana that are leaving their respective conferences to start a new conference. Those teams are Tippecanoe Valley, LaVille, Bremen, John Glenn, Jimtown, and Knox. They are all leaving their respective conferences to start a new one in 2024-25. However, Tippecanoe Valley, which is in the Three Rivers Conference, has been voted out of the conference and will spend the upcoming season as an independent.
I have never even heard of that happening before.
Yeah, they got eliminated. And so this really hurts Tippecanoe Valley's, right now, football schedule because they had a full schedule listed because they were in the conference, so they had all the conference games. They now have 5 games scheduled out of 9 possible games. And it's already May. They don't have a lot of time to start scheduling new teams because 99% of the teams already have their schedules set. And the weeks that Tippecanoe Valley needs to have a team, have to play a team, most teams in the area are already playing games.
So now what happens, let's say, if they don't get it? Like, are they just not eligible for conference play then?
So they are not eligible for any sort of conference play at all. They are an independent school for this upcoming year.
Mm-hmm. Can they make it to the playoffs?
Yes. Okay. They can still make the tournament because that is a statewide tournament, not conference.
Okay.
So that is fine. If they don't play 9 games, then they'll be playing 5 games and taking weeks off. Because the tournament doesn't start until like October.
Okay.
So they're going to be waiting a while. So, I mean, and it's kind of shocking too because this also leads into a team that's going to replace Tippecanoe Valley. Lewis Cass is replacing Tippecanoe Valley. And they've already been voted into the conference.
Into our conference or into
to the Three Rivers Conference.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're already joining, and they'll be joining this year. So Tippecanoe Valley got the boot, and then Cass got the welcome. So, yeah.
Wow.
And then there's another team that's rumored to be leaving the Three Rivers Conference too.
To join us or just to leave?
To join the Hoosier North.
Okay.
Which was the former conference of LaVille and Knox.
Mm-hmm.
So North Miami has been linked to the Hoosier North. Nothing official as of yet, but it's a rumor. The Hoosier North has also added another team, football only, South Central, Union Mills.
Okay.
They are officially into the conference for football because the conference they were in had, I think, 4 teams. And 2 of which could not really schedule teams at all and didn't even have a team either.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for them.
Yeah. So Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I did have one question for you.
Okay.
So, when does this new conference become like officially enacted as a conference? Because it can't be next year already, right?
2024, 2025.
Okay, so we're waiting one more cycle.
Yes.
Okay.
The end of school in 2023 is when the conference will officially be made.
Okay. And there's still no name for it, I'm assuming.
There is no name as of yet, but I am speculating that they already, the administrators already know what the name is. They just haven't released it yet.
That makes sense.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tippecanoe basically just got punted out of any conference they wanted into.
Yeah, they got booted out of the conference they were in, yeah.
Okay.
Too early.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But, hey,
are they going to get back into Three Rivers?
No, they are not, because if they get back in, they would have to stay there for a while. And they're already joining the new conference, too, in 2024-25.
Okay.
So it'd be kind of stupid to say, oh, can we join their conference again?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying they got kicked out this year.
Yeah, this year.
But they're still joining the one we're in.
They're still joining the one that we're...
I say we, LaVille.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. LaVille, yeah.
Okay, so they're... Okay, I thought they got kicked out of that conference.
Oh, no.
I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you now. Clarification. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Everything's fine now.
And now we have to shift to South Bend.
Okay.
More specifically, South Bend Clay.
Okay.
Because it no longer exists.
It shut down?
It will shut down at the end of the school year next year. So
Okay.
2023, 2024, it will end.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, I had heard there were rumors of this happening.
It's official.
Okay, it's official now.
It is official. It
Wow.
is officially happening.
Okay. Now, how does that shake up conference play up there?
So now with Bremen, Jimtown, and John Glenn leaving, and now South Bend Clay closing, the Northern Indiana Conference will now have 8 teams in it. And those teams will be Washington, South Bend Washington, South Bend Riley, South Bend Adams, then St. Joe, Marion, Penn, and Elkhart and New Prairie.
Okay.
So those will be the teams in there, and it's pretty much
just a whole lot of shaking up this year.
Oh, yeah.
Is it because is there a reason behind it, or does this all just happened at once, basically?
This has all basically happened at once.
Okay.
But the South Bend Clay thing has been something that's been talked about for years.
Oh, okay. That's
so
fair.
that's the only one that's really not surprising.
Okay.
This whole new conference thing, both John Glenn and Bremen have discussed trying to join the Hoosier North before, mostly Bremen, and they've been denied several times. LaVille fans can thank Arden Balmer for that, because he was adamant that Bremen will not join the Hoosier North so long as LaVille is in that conference.
Okay.
And they don't have to worry about that because LaVille's no longer in the Hoosier North.
Okay, so now they're taking their chance.
Yes.
I gotcha.
And and mostly Bremen and John Glenn were tired of getting their teeth kicked in basketball and other sports by Penn, Elkhart, and teams like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. No one likes to lose.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
That makes sense. So now, run it up one more time for me. Who are the new teams? Because I know John Glenn's joining us, right?
Yes.
I got John Glenn, us,
Bremen.
Caston.
No.
Not Caston.
No.
Okay. Caston's staying in the old conference.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's Glenn, who's really been pushing this and actually started this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Bremen, Jimtown, Knox, us, LaVille, and Tippecanoe Valley.
Okay, so we have 6 schools.
We have 6.
Gotcha. Okay.
There are talks about adding 2 more. Fairfield's been linked. And they're over in Goshen.
Okay.
They've been linked. Nothing official yet. And I think Rochester has also been linked too.
Oh, okay.
But nothing official yet.
Okay. I remember when Rochester used to be in our conference.
They were never in the conference.
Not in the new one. The one before the one we are in now.
Northern State? Yeah, they were never in that one either.
They weren't?
No.
Oh. Their picture was up in the gym. I thought that was because you were in the conference. You had your picture in the gym. For LaVille, the mural things they used to have on the walls.
Yeah, they were never on there.
Were they really not?
No.
Oh. Oh, never mind then. It's not a big deal. I really thought they were for some reason.
No, the old teams in the Northern State Conference, rest in peace, were Culver, Triton, Knox, us, LaVille, Glenn, Bremen, Jimtown, New Prairie.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that Rochester was with us, but okay. Anyways. So, yeah.
Right.
Schools shutting down, conferences shutting down, restarting new ones.
Speaking of conferences shutting down, Oregon Davis may join the Hoosier North too.
Really?
And they just joined it's called the Hoosier Plains Conference, and it's a conference that doesn't have football. Most schools.
Okay.
And Argus is a part of it.
Okay.
So Oregon Davis is now almost linked to the Hoosier North. And Argus is linked to the Hoosier North too. And that would basically shut down the Hoosier Plains Conference because Elkhart Christian is a part of it too, and they don't have a football team.
Wow. So I don't really understand why everything's getting switched up just this year. Like it must have just been something that everyone's wanted to do apparently or something, and now they just do it. Okay, yeah, whatever.
I don't understand it. I'm just going with the flow.
That's fair. That is fair, brother.
And so we're going to stick in high school sports too because we need to talk about Marcus Burton for one final time until he joins Notre Dame and starts doing stuff up there. But he is now officially the 2023 Indiana Mr. Basketball, and he won in a landslide. By a landslide, I mean by over 100 votes.
Yes.
I think he had 171 votes.
Wow.
And the other guy had like 27.
Oh my gosh. I mean, totally fair. That's great. I'm sure that kid feels really great about himself.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you go up against Marcus Burtman, you're kind of you probably didn't expect to win.
No.
But it was worth a shot. Like it was nice to be mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, you could say, hey, I came in second place to one of the best players to ever play in Indiana.
That's true.
So you really got nothing to hang your head about. It's so long as you don't look at the vote count.
Just don't look at those really important numbers, and you'll be completely fine.
Yeah, just white out the 171 and Marcus Burton part. You could put yourself to be like, hey, I got 27 votes.
That's pretty impressive.
I
mean, I didn't get 27 votes.
Right.
So, I mean,
that's more than the next guy under you.
That's fair.
So, there you go.
Fair. That is fair.
And he's the first person to win from this area since 1996, and that was Kevin Alt of Warsaw. So, first time in a while that we've had someone from up here win. And Burton nonchalantly scored 30 points a game this year. He also had, he's ended the year for this year alone with 909 points.
Wow. That's just crazy. That's just like insane numbers.
And he was also named to the AP All-State first team. Not a surprise, honestly.
I'd be more concerned if he wasn't actually.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Right. And with basketball, Northwood's Ian Roush won the Goshen News Athlete of the Winter. He led Northwood in he's an all-time leader of rebounds at Northwood, which is pretty impressive. He's fourth in all-time scoring in the school.
Okay.
And third all-time in assists and third all-time in total wins.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So they just, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I should say Marcus Burton is going to Notre Dame. So, Ian Roush is going to be going to Grace College. So, he's not going far.
No. Yeah, no, he's not.
And then his teammate, Cade Brenner, also from Northwood, was voted to the AP All-State third team.
I mean, hey, all around good year for basketball.
Yeah, it was. And I believe this is going to be the last time we're talking about high school basketball until high school basketball starts. But you never know.
Who knows?
I'm pretty sure there's going to be something else that comes up, and we're going to have to talk about high school basketball again. But we will not talk about that now because right now we have to talk about the blue gold game.
Okay.
That was April 22nd. And if you're wondering, yes, a lot of this is kind of old news. And people have probably like, I already know this. Well, I know you already know it, but we have to talk about it. So the blue gold game, the gold team won from start to finish. It was never close. Gold won 24-0.
Yikes.
The gold team was led by new transfer quarterback Sam Hartman, and this dude just lit up the stat book from the start. He went 13 for 16 with 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 1 and threw for 1. So he's QB1.
Okay.
His receivers, Jaden Greathouse was the main target for him, and he racked up 11 catches for 118 yards. And the next closest was Jaden Thomas with 4 catches for 71 yards. So almost 40-yard difference between those two. And Jaden Thomas also had a touchdown. Defensively, Gold finished with two picks. Xavier Watts and Jaden Mickey had those 2 picks. And blue team absolutely stunk from the start.
Okay.
I mean, I think the kick was even bad. Actually, no, there was no kick because they didn't do kickoffs in the game. But if there were kicks, they would also be terrible. Tyler Buckner was the quarterback of that. And I will say Tyler Buckner is now the former quarterback of Notre Dame. He entered the transfer portal a couple days after the blue gold game and has announced that he is going to Alabama to join Tommy Rees and Nick Saban down there. I wish him the best of luck. But that is the only offense that he can run is Tommy Rees's offense. Any other offense, he sucks. That's all I'll say on Tyler Buckner.
Okay.
Only that he went 8 for 18 for 44 yards and 1 pick in the blue gold game. Yeah.
Yeah. Said, I gotta leave.
Yeah. But yeah, that the blue team was absolutely trash. No one did anything impressive. Plus, I left halfway through. My dad and I were both cold and tired of getting it. It was snowing, raining, sleeting, hailing. It was about every season in one game.
That sounds
in one day.
Like the most Northern Indiana thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So that tracks.
Yeah. And we're gonna stick with Notre Dame because there's been a lot of transfers in and transfers out and recruiting and all of this. The other transfers are linebacker Prince Colley and wide receiver Lorenzo Styles. Colley has not announced where he's going yet, and Lorenzo Styles has committed to Ohio State to play with his brother. So Lorenzo Styles is going to be facing Notre Dame this year if he plays. And Styles is probably linked to cornerback, and he was a wide receiver at Notre Dame, and there was talks of playing both ways during the blue gold game, but he didn't play. So recruiting wise, Notre Dame in the 2024 class now has a top 5 class, not surprising. So one of the commits they got was a defensive end, 4-star defensive end, and Cole Mullins. Big time get for Notre Dame. I think he chose Notre Dame over Michigan, which is big. Meat chicken, I should say. And then in that class, wide receiver Cam Williams has been moved to 5-star status. He was a 4-star, and this is in the 247 Sports Composite rankings that he's been moved to 5-star. So I don't think it's official by ESPN yet, or any others, but he is a 5-star in, I believe, one of the recruit rankings. So that's good. Also, quarterback C.J. Carr. And if you're wondering, yes, that last name is a relative of a Meat Chicken head coach, Lloyd Carr. It's his grandson. Not going to that school up north, decided to make his name known somewhere else, and he chose Notre Dame. So it's going to be interesting to see Lloyd Carr in the real blue and gold.
Right.
So I'm going to love seeing that if it happens. He was invited to the Elite 11 tournament over in Massillon. Basically, it's like elite quarterbacks going over there and competing and stuff. And he was invited to the finals after competing in the regional championship in Massillon, Ohio. So he's really good. Also, more commitments. They have another wide receiver, 4 stars, Isaiah Canyon from Warner Robins, Georgia. So
Definitely heard of that place before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I can. If we had video, you would see us like saying, "Oh yeah," like we're shaking our heads and saying, "Oh yeah, we know exactly where that is." Also, a legacy, Bryce Young, who is the son of legendary defensive end for Notre Dame, Bryant Young, has committed to Notre Dame, and he is a 4-star, and he's from Charlotte. So we know where Charlotte is.
I do know where Charlotte's at. Yeah,
Okay.
That's a fact.
And he is 6'5". Actually, no. He's 6'5", 245. So that's a big get right there. Also, another legend, son of a legend, I should say, Kennedy Urlacher.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, that is the son of Brian Urlacher, the legendary Bears wide receiver. And
linebacker.
Linebacker. My bad.
Yeah.
I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
I will say the Bears have been rebuilding ever since he retired.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Yeah.
But Kennedy has committed to Notre Dame, and he is a 3-star in the 2024 class. So Notre Dame's pretty set right now for the 2024 class. I can't wait to see C.J. Carr come in for sure. He's going to be, I hope he's a quarterback that can lead Notre Dame to a national championship. After, I hope Sam Hartman does the same. So, yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all the Notre Dame updates we got?
Yes, that's all the Notre Dame updates we got right now.
All right. Where are we moving to next?
NFL draft.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Mostly because there's Notre Dame players in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Alabama's Bryce Young was taken as the first pick by Carolina.
Yep.
I have to say that. And Notre Dame had a few players in there. Michael Mayer got snubbed out of the first round. He should have been an easy first-round pick, but he was taken in the second round by the Las Vegas Raiders. My bad. They're not Oakland anymore.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I know. Also, on Las Vegas now and Oakland, the A's are moving to Las Vegas.
Are they really? I heard there was rumors, but I didn't know it was official.
Yeah, they are moving there, but they may stay in Oakland for another 3 to 4 years.
Oh, building a new
because there's
stadium.
no stadium. So it could be like 2026 before Oakland gets their new stadium built.
Wow.
However, 2024 is the last year of their lease at the awful Oakland Coliseum.
Okay.
And I mean awful. It is awful, and I hope you never – well, have you been there?
No, I have not.
Good.
Okay.
It is trash. The fans are trash. Everything about the place is trash.
Yikes.
Like, I would rather go to the LA Coliseum where SC plays than the Oakland Coliseum again.
Wow.
And that is saying something because the LA Coliseum is also a landfill. But
that's an intense opinion there.
well, I mean, you just got to look at the teams who play in the different stadiums. Anyway, Mayer was taken by the Raiders, and then a couple picks later, 5 picks actually, defensive end Isaiah Foskey was taken by the New Orleans Saints. So, and then offensive line Jarrett Patterson was taken in the 5th round by the Houston Texans. And Notre Dame only had 3 official draft picks.
Okay.
Which is kind of unfortunate because there was other players that were in there. But safety Brandon Joseph is signing a undrafted rookie contract with the Lions. Also, defensive lineman Jason Adamaniola is signing with the Jaguars. And yes, say that name 5 times fast. I dare you. It is hard. Then defensive lineman Chris Smith is signing with the Lions as well. And then kicker Blake Grupe is signing with the Saints.
Okay.
That's the draft.
That's the draft.
In a nutshell.
You forgot one person, though, because Purdue's tight end Payne Durham went 5th in they were selected in the 5th round, number 171 overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just want to put that out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm done now. I just want to put that out there. Do I think he'll do anything in the NFL?
No.
Probably not. But he went to the NFL, which is impressive.
Yeah, there you go. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is either – okay. The Aaron Rodgers thing is either going to be like the best thing he's done and they're going to win a Super Bowl because they have a star-studded offense at the moment. Mm-hmm. Or it's going to be the biggest flop and I think he retires in a year.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how long his contract's for, so maybe he can't retire in a year. But I just feel like it's going to either be like a yay kind of thing or an absolute bust, and they're going to be like, yeah, you're fired, and we're going to get another rookie in here to ruin. Like, I don't know. That's just the Jets, right? Like they either draft some rookie or they take some really old dude and try and make him good. Now, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is the best old dude they've had in a while by any means. I didn't necessarily dislike their QB last year, Zach Wilson. He's okay. He looks decent when he plays. I just think he's not fully matured yet, I guess, for the NFL. Not even in like a personal sense. I just think in a football sense. I think he just has some more growing to do. Now, is he staying with the team or did he get traded away?
Who?
Zach Wilson. Is he still with the Jets?
He's still with the Jets.
Okay.
Yes.
See, now it might be good for him to learn under Aaron Rodgers. I think that would be a good thing.
Right, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. That's my take. Like, I think it'll either be a absolute win or it's going to they're going to win a Super Bowl this year or they're not. And I think depending on how that goes, will literally determine if he stays there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's what I'll say, and this is going to tie into another player too. I'll give Aaron Rodgers 16 games with the Jets because of this one reason. Who else played for the Jets from Green Bay? Brett Favre.
Yeah.
How many games did he play with the Jets? 16. So, I'll give Aaron Rodgers 16 games with the Jets. I think then Brett Favre retired. Yes, he did. He retired after 16 games. Then he came back and he went to Minnesota. So, this is all lining up almost perfectly. So, here's what I think is going to happen. 16 games with the Jets. They won't do anything, but they'll have a winning record. Rodgers will retire. He'll say, "You know what? I think I can go a few more years." And he'll go to Minnesota and play there. And then he will re-sign for one day with the Packers so he can retire as a Packer. Mm-hmm. And then he'll be done.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be the Vikings. I don't know if it'll be the Vikings, but I think it will be something. Now, it will be hilarious if he signs with the Bears. That would make my day.
Oh my gosh.
I would laugh so hard. But see, it's crazy because in the trade deal, you probably have this in your notes, but so the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, number 15 pick, and a number 170 pick. The Packers get a number 13 pick, a number 42 pick, a number 207 pick, and a 2024 second round pick, but it is conditional.
Yep.
To if he plays 65. There we go. 65% of plays. Now, to me, I wouldn't want to give up the other pick. So are you going to intentionally only play him 64% of the time? Like, of the plays for the entire season? Like, if you're the Jets, do you work that so you don't give that pick up? Or do you just say, screw it if he plays well enough and go straight for it?
Now, okay, so I don't think you go right out and say, you know what, we're going to play him only 62 plays. I don't think you go out and do that. Now, if he gets hurt, that's on him.
That's true.
But I don't think you intentionally go out there because then the Packers can say, oh, well, you didn't hold up your end of the bargain, and some form of lawsuit in the NFL can get involved too. But it would be it's interesting if you want to say, you know what, I really don't want to give up a second round pick. So, you know what?
Like, here's the thing. Like, think about it. Like, okay, so Rodgers goes out. They play when they play the Chiefs, when they play the Eagles, when they play the Bengals, when they play, well, yeah, just them. Like the Bills, when they play those teams, right? They play those teams. Rodgers is out there. They play the Commanders. Give Wilson a week. See what he can do. If he proves himself, he'll keep playing. We get to a harder game, we're going to throw Rodgers back in. Are you that selective with him? Or are you just going to say, you know what, we have a 4-time MVP, Aaron Rodgers. We're going to play him all the time, and just we'll give up the second pick. Personally, to me, I think it'll be determined within the first 3 games he plays. Mm-hmm. If he plays, I don't know what their schedule is.
Nothing's been official yet, but I can give you the teams who they are playing for sure.
Okay.
So the home games are the Commanders, Eagles, Falcons, Chargers, Chiefs, Texans, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots.
Okay.
So you can bench him during the Commanders game, Falcons, Chargers, and you probably need him for the Texans too, because the Texans may shock some people this year.
That's true. Now the Chargers are pretty good though, aren't they?
No, they were terrible this last year.
Oh, well, never mind that. I thought they were bad. Okay.
So those are all the home games, and then the road games are Dallas, New York Football Giants, Broncos, Browns, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots.
So literally, he doesn't have to play an away game. Maybe the Dolphins?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Maybe
because the Broncos are terrible.
Right.
And they're not going to do anything. Then the Browns are the Browns.
Right. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, and plus, with this now, they also got Randall Cobb to come back for a year. Did you see that?
That's true.
Yeah. So they got Randall Cobb now, and they've got, what's the other wide receiver? We're all feverishly typing in here.
We would be more prepared, but...
Okay, so they got Alan Lazard, who was already a Packer. They have Randall Cobb, who was already a Packer. They have Garrett Wilson, who is just a beast. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I love him as a wide receiver. And they have McCole Hardman.
Yeah.
So those 4 right there are massive offensive weapons. And the positive thing is, 2 of them don't really have to learn much.
Right.
2 of them literally have already played with Rodgers. They know his play style, right? And they have other wide receivers, but those are the first 4 that come up. But the point being, like, I personally, I don't know. To me, I feel like you almost want to save your pick. But if he plays, if you go out and, depending on what the first game is or whatever the first 3 games are, because we don't know yet, obviously. But if they go out and win just 3 games, just against really good teams, then I say, you know what, play him. Right. But if you go out and he loses a few games, I'm not playing him anymore. I'm keeping my second round pick. He's probably going to be gone at the end of the season anyways.
Right.
Like I said, I think this is a make or break thing for Rodgers. If he wins a couple games here, get some confidence in him, maybe he can finally go to something past the conference finals.
Yes.
And if he can do that, then, he'll be happy. If he doesn't make it into the playoffs or even to the conference, I guarantee you he's gone. That's my hot take.
Right.
But
right. So let's just a hypothetical here. Let's say his first 3 games are a home game against the Eagles, road game against the Cowboys, and a home game against, let's say, the Dolphins. So of those 3 games, if he goes 2-1, I think he plays.
I agree.
If he goes 3-0, he plays. If he goes 1-2, I give him a couple more games to prove himself.
Yep.
But also play Zach Wilson more during those games too. So you start Aaron, maybe in the second quarter you play Wilson, kind of light a fire under Rodgers. Say, hey, if you don't do anything, we've got another quarterback right here we can use. If he goes 0-3. I wouldn't be surprised if you start hearing trade rumors for Rodgers too from the Jets.
Honestly, he should have retired, I honestly think.
Yeah.
So if we're being honest, I don't think it's a trade. I think it's just an immediate, I'm just going to retire at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because I honestly thought he was going to retire this year, and then he did this whole stuff. So I don't know. I think, like I said, his career with the Jets will be defined by the first 3 or 4 games, depending on who they play. If they have a losing record or if they have, I don't know, a record of like 1-3 or 1-2, I think his career with them is rough.
Mm-hmm.
Anything positive, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But those first couple games are going to basically define his career with them.
I'd say like the first 3, maybe 4 games are going to be the tipping point in Rodgers' career with the Jets. Let's kind of touch on the NBA, shall we?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
All right, so first round of the NBA playoffs is over.
Mm-hmm.
There is some shocking news in the first round from the NBA because the overall seed in the Eastern Conference, defending champs, Milwaukee Bucks, are done and are in Cancun.
Are they really?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. It's vacation time. You got no games to play
It's
anymore.
True. It's true.
They lost to the 8-seeded Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler led his team to a gentleman's sweep, a 4-1 series win over the Bucks. And then the 5th-seeded New York Knicks. Yes, the New York Knicks defeated the 4th-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And yes, the Knicks won a playoff series for the first time since 2012.
Wow. That's intense.
And
That's a drought.
That was with J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, and all those guys.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Back in the good old days of the Knicks, and then they were the little tanks of the NBA.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Philadelphia, the 76ers swept the Brooklyn Nets 4-0.
Oh man, that Brooklyn team, literally nothing without that big 3. It was abysmal how they play now.
Gosh.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it is. It is.
My gosh.
It is terrible.
Continue.
And then the second-seeded Boston beat Atlanta 4-2. So the conference semifinals are Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, and Philadelphia and Boston. And right now, the Miami Heat lead 2-1 over the Knicks.
Do they really?
Yes.
Okay.
And the 76ers are down 2-1 to the Celtics. And that is a fierce rivalry right there. Philadelphia does not like Boston, and it's the same way the other way.
Yeah. And you said they're – oh, okay. So, yeah, Philadelphia's down. Okay.
Yeah, 2-1.
And their next game, it looks like, for that series is today.
Ooh.
For Philadelphia and Boston at 3:30. So it's currently going to happen in about half an hour from when we're recording this.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then in the Western Conference, the first-seeded Denver Nuggets had a gentleman's sweep over the Minnesota Timberwolves, 4-1. Yes, that is what it's called. They call it a gentleman's sweep because you win one game and
you get crushed the rest.
Yes, basically. Phoenix beat the Clippers. Kevin Durant led his team in that one, 4-1. Then well, here's the thing: Russell Westbrook plays for the Clippers too. So Durant faced his former Oklahoma City teammate, and now I would say almost enemy Russell Westbrook because those
have
two
a
don't
weird,
like each other.
They do have a weird relationship now. Yeah. Well, and the Phoenix one's also a gentleman's sweep. They won it was 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1.
Yeah. That LA Clippers team looked like they had life in them with Kawhi because he was just a beast in the game they won.
Yes.
And then he got hurt. And I don't know. To me, he's a liability. I mean, It's like you can win me games, but when you get injured, which is
almost
sadly
all the time.
now, almost all the time, it's kind of over. Now, there's a lot of talk you can go into about those injuries and how some of them are pretty dirty injuries,
right.
stuff like that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. What to me as a GM, like if I obviously I know I'm not a GM, but if I were making these decisions, it would just I don't know. I just think it's almost not even worth keeping him around anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me, he should retire.
Yes.
I mean, just get your body is literally telling you to stop. Like, just listen to your body and stop playing and just maybe recover. You want to take a couple years off, come back, fine, whatever. But like, don't keep doing this, man. You got plenty of money. You won a ring.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you want more rings because that's just what it is. You win one, you want more. That's fine. But like, I think your body is literally telling you to stop. So like, let's just stop.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and they have.
That's true. Yeah, they are on vacation now. That's true.
Yeah. So, and then the Kings lost to the Golden State Warriors. That was a really good series. It went 7 games. Golden State won 4-3. And Steph Curry scored at least 30 points in all of those games.
Yeah,
and scored 50 in Game 7. And he was the first player to ever do that in NBA history.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a fantastic series.
Oh, it was.
Absolutely fantastic.
And then the L.A. Lakers beat the second-seeded Memphis Grizzlies 4-2, and which was surprising.
It was surprising, and also I'm just not a fan of the Memphis Grizzlies play style with their trash talk. It's a little aggressive and rude.
Yeah,
a little unsportsmanlike. And I think
they're trying to be what Boston was back in the 1960s.
Oh, okay.
Because Boston in the 1960s was that we're going to trash talk you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right,
and that was
that
mostly
good.
Larry Bird. And he goes, because, well, we're not going to talk about this. So I watched a 30 for 30 on ESPN a couple of years ago, and it was about the Boston-LA Laker rivalry.
Oh, okay.
And the guys from LA were like, there are times that Larry Bird would tell us what he was doing, and he would finish it with, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that is kind of what the Grizzlies do. So the problem is they can't back it up.
That's one of those.
Yeah,
okay.
like the Grizzlies, like they will trash talk you, and they like aggressively do it, and then they just can't back it up. Don't get me wrong; they have good players. I love John Moran as a player; I think he's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of their other players, they just can't back it up anymore,
right.
And it's just sad. I honestly didn't even realize they were a number 2 seed until this playoff started.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you mentioned, but Boston played Atlanta and lost.
Yeah,
in that series. You did. I didn't hear it. Okay, my bad. Yeah,
it's all good. And then in the Western Conference semifinals, it's now Denver up 2-1 over the Suns.
Which that's an interesting series. I want to see. I want to see the Phoenix Suns win.
Yes,
I really do.
Me too.
Jokic is good and Denver's good, but they're just not a likable team for me for some reason.
Right.
I don't know why. Like, I don't have a personal vendetta against any of those players, but I'm just like, the Nuggets. Like, like
right.
It's just like I'm not excited about the team. Like, if you're like Golden State, I'm like, okay, I like Steph Curry. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
There's no player on Denver that I specifically like.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah,
so.
other than Jokic, there's really no big names.
Yeah, I don't really know their lineup. But anyway, you can continue.
And then L.A., the Lakers lead 2-1 over the Warriors.
Those have been really weird games.
Yes,
too.
so I think the Lakers won pretty easily in Game 1. Then the Warriors absolutely crushed them in Game 2, won 127-100. And then it was the same thing the other way. The Lakers crushed the Warriors last night, 127-97.
Yeah. It's looking rough. The thing, I honestly think this is going to come down to home court advantage.
Yes,
I honestly
think the Warriors have that because they are the 6th seed and the Lakers are the 7th seed.
Okay, so they'll end up with home
So
court advantage in Game 7.
Warriors would be playing Game 7 at the Chase Center.
Okay, yeah, because so Game 4 is, as of recording this, we're recording this on the 7th of May, so their next game is tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's crazy late. And then the next game is 2 days later, 2 days later, 2 days later. So max, this goes until this next weekend, I think. This next Sunday? Yeah. So max, it goes till Mother's Day. I honestly, from the way it's playing right now, if one team can win on the other team's home court, I think the series is over.
Yeah.
I honestly think it is.
Yeah.
If they keep back and forth in it every time where it's like, oh, Warriors win on their home court, Lakers win on their home court, it's just going to go down to Game 7, and then they're going to win whatever home court they're on, and you said it'll be Golden State. So at that point...
This is what I think is either going to happen. If the Lakers win the next game at home, Lakers win the series.
Okay.
Because they would have swept the Warriors at Staples Center. It's no longer the Staples Center, but I'm going to call it that because that's what I know it as. But if the Warriors win in Game 4 and tie the series up 2-2, Warriors win the series.
Okay.
That's what I think is going to happen. So the Game 4 is the most critical game of this series, I believe.
Okay. And Game 4 for that is scheduled to be played tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So, interesting. So, yeah, the Miami-New York game plays today, and so does the Denver-Phoenix game, and then tomorrow will be Philadelphia and Boston playing before the Lakers and Golden State.
Okay.
Lakers and Golden State's just going to be one of those matches. I honestly think Miami's going to take New York. I really do. I think Philadelphia will come back and beat Boston. I think Phoenix will beat Denver. And I do think the Warriors will come out on top of the Lakers.
Okay.
Your
Eastern Conference Finals is Miami and Philadelphia.
Yeah. And I honestly would love to see that battle. I think that'd be a great battle. And my Western Conference is Phoenix and Golden State. So kind of a rematch from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think Golden State has too much offensive firepower for the Suns to stop. I think they go on to the finals, and I really think the problem is you don't bet against Miami anymore. The moment you start to bet against Miami, it's just like Jimmy Butler finds out that you did that, and it just enrages him for the next 4 games.
Right, exactly.
And so it's like I want to say that the higher seed Philadelphia will probably beat Miami, but I don't think so. I think NBA Finals is going to be the Miami Heat and the Golden State Warriors. And I'll even go crazy here. I think the Heat win it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the Heat win it. I think they have that crazy in them. I don't know what it is, but the Heat just play just insane.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
Yeah.
The thing is, I say that, and I immediately think, no, because Warriors have Clay and now Jordan Poole and Curry. That's 3 people. You physically can't double team them all.
Right, exactly.
So it's I don't know. Anyways, that's my crazy hot take. What about you?
Okay, so I think Miami, New York is going to go 7 games.
Really? Okay.
Yes. I think people are going to so I think Miami is going to be up 3-2, and wherever that game 6 is going to be played at, New York is going to win it in at one of the on a last second shot or something like that. So, and there's going to be a surprise that it's going 7 games, and I think New York is going to surprise people.
Okay.
And take it.
I would love to see it. I mean, I really would, because they've had such a playoff drive. It'd be
Right.
cool to see them make a run.
Yeah. And I think Boston, just because of the lore of Boston and the fact that it's the Boston Celtics, they win the series over the 76ers. And I also think the 76ers are going to now come out a little too hot shot-ish because they have the now NBA MVP.
Embiid.
Yeah,
Joel
Joel
Embiid.
Embiid. Yeah. And I think the Celtics are going to be like, you know what? You can go sit on the couch and watch us play. So I think it's going to be the Celtics and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think the Celtics are going to take that one. So I have the Celtics in the NBA Finals. I think the Suns are going to come back and defeat Denver, most likely in 6 games. If it goes 7, I won't be surprised. Just because it has the potential to go 7 games. I think the Warriors are going to win in 6.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so you think they're just going to go on a
I think they're going to go on a tear because Jordan Poole hasn't been playing very well lately. And I think it's about time that he heats up.
He has one of those nights.
Yeah, he's going to have one of those nights where it's just everything's going to be clicking, and he's going to be like, that's where it was. And I think the Warriors are going to pull it out. Now, if it goes 7 games, again, I also won't be surprised because that one has the potential to go 7 games too.
It's just such a heated battle because it's Curry versus LeBron.
Right
now, it's not the Warriors versus the Lakers anymore. It's Curry versus LeBron. Who's going to come out on top?
Exactly. And I think, like I said, the Warriors are going to take that one. So I have the Warriors and Suns in the Western Conference Finals, and I think, oh man, like I like the Warriors because of Curry. I also like the Suns because my grandma lives out in Phoenix. Oh man,
here's the thing too: is Phoenix has new weapons. Like they have Durant,
right? They have Durant, yeah,
and Durant's a cheat code. So,
right.
I don't know. It'll be close.
Curry hasn't really won without Durant. Hasn't won a playoff series without Durant.
They won last year.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, they won last year.
Oh man. I'm gonna do something crazy.
Taking the Suns?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Kevin Durant is just too much to stop for the Warriors. Not saying they can't stop him. I think he plays like an incredible series. And they meet the Celtics in the NBA Finals, and I think the Suns take it.
Okay.
So I'm taking Suns to win the NBA Finals, and I think they're going to come out really mad that they didn't win this most recent time. I think Booker, Durant, and Paul are gonna succumb to being one of the best big threes. Not saying that Clay, Curry, and
Draymond.
Poole and Draymond,
their whole team basically just dynasty.
Yeah. Not saying that the Warriors aren't good or anything, but just the Suns are becoming good too.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Now, if the Warriors make it to the finals and win, I'm not going to be surprised either because the Warriors are that NBA playoff dynasty now that when they make it to the playoffs, there is a high probability that they could win.
Dude, it's Steve Kerr. It's Steve Kerr's play calls. It's just his play calls and his adjustments over games. It's just crazy. He's so smart at that stuff. It's insane.
Right.
I'm kind of rooting for Miami to win. Jimmy Butler's a cheat code in my book sometimes. He's just crazy.
Yeah.
The problem is, after you get past him, there are other names in the team, but they can't do what he does. By the way, we should make an apology. The Denver Nuggets have Jamal Murray, and he's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is really good. Michael Porter Jr. is on that team, too. He's good. He went through some injury stuff. And Aaron Gordon, who was the dunk contest winner like 4 or 5 years ago. He was with the Hornets, I think, for a while.
Last I knew, he was at the Magic.
Oh, you're right. It was the Magic. Yeah. So, anyways, apologies to the Denver fans.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess.
That's it, yeah. Okay, I got Miami. You got Phoenix. I'm okay with either of those teams winning.
Yeah, me too. I mean, even if the Warriors win, it'll be fine. But
it's true.
I'm not going to hold my breath on the Warriors. Plus, I'm not really going to watch the NBA Finals that much. I'm just going to keep up with it on ESPN.
Yep.
And because I really don't want to watch it that much. Baseball. MLB. I have to humble myself here and admit something for this year and this year only.
Which is?
The White Sox suck. That's what I'm going to admit. The White Sox suck. And not just suck, they are horrendous. The White Sox, there was talk of them being decent this year. Maybe winning the AL Central. The AL Central is also one of the worst divisions in baseball. The White Sox are 11-23, and 8 games back of the Twins, who are 19-15.
Wow.
Yeah, and the White Sox are 11-23.
The only people worse than them in their league are the Royals.
The worst team, the other worst teams, the other teams that are worse than them are the Kansas City Royals at 8-26, and the Athletics, Oakland, at 8-26.
Yeah.
When you're in the bottom half with that group, especially the Athletics, when you're down there with the Athletics, you know you suck.
Yeah. The Yankees, which are the worst team in the AL East, have you beat by 7 games.
And they're over 500,
Yeah.
mind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're 9 games back of the Rays. Now, I will say the AL East, toughest division in the AL.
Oh yeah,
by
for
far.
sure. For sure.
And I think the Rays are going to make it to the World Series.
Listen, the only team in the National League that is slightly worse than you worse than the White Sox, Cardinals. Every other team has more than 11 wins.
The one worst, yeah.
It's Cardinals. Yep.
Cardinals. And
That's
crazy. And they're
crazy.
10 games back of the Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do be
And
crazy.
there was talks of the Cubs being bad this year.
They're not great,
They're
but
not
they're not
great.
bad.
Yeah, they're over 500.
Yeah, it's true. They're 17-16.
Yeah.
So I mean,
And they're 2.5 games back of the Pirates.
yeah, it's doable for them.
Now,
I'll hold my breath.
Yeah,
but it's
right.
doable.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll say the biggest surprise in both AL and NL. So starting with AL, I think the biggest surprise for me is the Baltimore Orioles. They're 22-11 right now,
I saw that. I did not realize.
and 4.5 games back of the Rays.
Yeah,
The Orioles were terrible last year.
it's true. They were. You're right. Yeah. Now we're like not even. How far are we in the season?
Oh, we're not even in June yet.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, I don't think we're that far.
There's
in.
168 games, and let's see, simple math. The Rays have now played 34 games. So 33, 34 games here or there of 168.
Right.
So we have a while to go still. Yeah. But also the Rays started with the best overall record, I believe, in the history of the MLB. I think they won 11 straight games, and no one had started 11-0 before. I think. You can look that up if you want to correct me if I'm wrong. I think I'm probably wrong in that. I know it was one of the best records in a while in Major League Baseball. But yeah, the Orioles are my biggest surprise in the AL. And let me know when you have that stat for me. That way I can know if I'm wrong.
Oh yes.
I like how I'm already admitting that I'm wrong. This silence will be cut out.
I just can't find the information. So they are, there are 4 other teams that have won 27 of their first 32 games in MLB history, which is the 1902 Pirates, 1911 Tigers, 1984 Tigers, and the 1984 Tigers went on to win the World Series that year. So in 1984, the Tigers won, but they have joined the 27. Oh, sorry. So they haven't joined that. They've joined 26. So the following teams won 26 of their first 32 games: the 1907 Cubs, 1928 Yankees, 1939 Yankees, and 2023 Rays. So they won 23 of their first 32. So they joined a pretty exclusive club there, consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. So, anyways.
So here's the stat that I was looking at. The Rays started off 11-0, and that tied a modern baseball record with 13 consecutive victories to start off the season.
I remember that now.
Best start, however, to a season was the 81 Oakland Athletics when they went 17-1 in a start and won 11 straight games to open the season. So
Okay.
best start officially goes to the Rays, the tie, and I don't know who they tie with, but yeah, I think they are competing for the World Series this year.
Oh, absolutely, 1,000%.
I really don't think the Astros are going to make it this year.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the Rays, and the Rangers.
Okay.
Competing for the World Series in the AL.
Okay.
My surprise in the National League, the Diamondbacks.
I was going to say that, yeah, because my surprise is the Orioles and the Diamondbacks in the National League, 19-14, and they are
half a game back.
Yeah, and they're above 500. I mean, that is crazy.
Yeah, and it's like I keep getting like notifications on my phone for certain teams that I follow in MLB, and it's like Diamondbacks win, Diamondbacks win, Diamondbacks win. It's like what's in the water out there in Phoenix right now, man? Whatever it's out in the water, can you like ship that out here so I can drink some of it, please?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They have a shot. Not saying they're going to do it because I mean, let's face it, the Dodgers are the Dodgers, and they own that division, the NL West.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're 30 games in too. I mean, that's the other thing.
Right, we're 30 games in.
They could tank, and we could never talk about them again.
Right, exactly.
So.
Or they could win 17 in a row. You never know. Anything is possible. So as of right now, the Diamondbacks are that surprise team. It's like, oh wow, the Diamondbacks right there. Yeah. I'm also surprised that the Cubs are over 500. Honestly, not because I don't like the Cubs, which I do, but I didn't think they would be over 500 right now.
No, I did not. As a Cubs fan, I did not expect this year to go well for us at all.
Did I think the Cubs would finish over 500 at the end of the season? Yes. But as of like right now, no, I didn't think they would be over 500. I thought they would be like 2 or 3 games under 500. And I also thought the White Sox would be over 500 right now. But I'm wrong. Jerry Reinsdorf, sell the team. Please. If I ever go to a game, Jerry Reinsdorf, if you are listening to this and I go to a White Sox game to Guaranteed Rate Field, mind you, that is the worst name for a field ever because of that red arrow that points down. That is the worst logo you can ever come up with and the worst name you can name a field. You should have kept it U.S. Cellular Field. Jerry, if I go to a game there, I'm taking a brown paper bag and I'm going to put a bag over my head to watch the game.
So intense. It was just so intense. That's
Jerry, stick the basketball. Sell the stinking team. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's fair. That's all I got on that too. I'm just genuinely surprised by the Cubs.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the crosstown rivalry because the Cubs are probably going to sweep the White Sox.
I don't know. I mean, if the White Sox keep playing like this, then yeah. Yes. But also the Cubs have to keep playing like they're playing now, which is not an easy task for them. So
anything's possible.
Exactly. I gave you a little bit of hope.
And that's all going to be dashed when the White Sox play their next game. And they're in a series with the Reds right now, and the Reds won last night. And I think the Reds are going to win today too,
okay,
and win the series.
Cubs are in with the Marlins right now, so.
Okay. I have no idea who's going to win that one.
You know, I don't know who's actually.
Did the Cubs win last night? Because I know that someone from Laville went there to the game.
So the Cubs did win yesterday, won 4-2, and they won the day before 4-1. Right now they are down 1-0, top of the 5th.
So there's still a while to go in that one.
Bit of time to go.
Yeah.
Their last loss was they almost got swept when they played the Nationals. They won 1 game, the Nationals, and then they lost 3 games. And they played a little short 3-game series with the Marlins earlier in the year and got blown out almost every game. Oh, I'm sorry, no. They lost. There was no blowout, but yeah. So, everything's possible. It's Cubs. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's all I got.
Okay, that's all I got too. Yeah.
Sweet.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, Kenny. Appreciate it. You guys will be hearing me a bit more over the summer.
Oh yeah.
Since I'm back
You'll
in
be
town.
on more.
Since I'm back in town, but yeah.
Now we have to make sure that this records, and this has recorded, because the last time we had Nick on, there was a technical issue that happened. It wasn't Nick's fault.
Oh, it was sad.
But it was a great conversation, and also Brady was here, and the audio got erased.
Something I didn't even record or something.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
didn't even
remember,
record.
yeah.
It couldn't stop recording, actually.
Which was very strange. Yeah.
Right.
But anyways.
But yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. So with that, so long, everybody.
See you.
Hey guys, it's Kenny, host of The Good Fight. We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you want to hear more, you can check out our website at thelugnutspodcastgroup.com for all information related to the podcast and where to listen to us. You can also follow the Patreon page for exclusive benefits for the show. Join us next time for The Good Fight.